today I'm showing the Yarbo Lawnmower module. I've already covered the core module with the smart module there that you can use to patrol your backyard, move a heavy cart around. Now you attach that and then you can mow your lawn. Just have to remove this, which has a simple interface here, and then attach this, use this handle to line things up, and then you're ready to go. If you look, these are the blades, those are the wheels. That's where you replace the blades. And just slowly move this backwards to remove this module here. This just comes out. Then you have to remove this part. So this attaches to that other module now. This is pretty lightweight. It's also very simple. You just have this mechanism here to release it. Don't forget to put your battery in. I usually remove it at night just to be on the safe side. Really, first we're gonna make sure that this lines up here like that, and then you can lock it like this. You can unlock it like that. Now it's ready to go. Put that there. You want this to cover this area. It's pretty standard, and then you can lock these in place like that. Connect your battery. Just put this in. You connect it from here right there. There we go. So now you're ready to go. You have these that you can remove. These are your cameras. This is where you turn it on like that. It's gonna initialize, and then you'll be able to control it with your smartphone, tablet, or that controller.
Ready to work.
Now it tells me that the module has changed. So I have the lawnmower now ready to go. Take control here.
App controller connected.
I'm gonna slowly move it from this area. I can change the speed just like in the past. I can turn the light off if I want to. There we go. Turn it back on. Could be the front light, the side light. The blade is now active. So it's rotating. Unlike the other module, now that I have this option to change from 1.2 to 4 inches cutting height. There we go. So I can change how much I want it to be. Now if I go too low, let's say this, I'll get a warning. So under 2.7, you want to be careful. You get a warning. I'm gonna go 2.8 actually. So let's say that tall area. What happens if we go there? So while it is cutting, it doesn't actually make a whole lot of noise, something that you can probably even run at night. I'm going super low this time. It's not recommended. I just want to see what happens. I'm going to go slow to make sure the blade is not damaged. You don't want to touch the blade, but you can see it moving there. This is the noise level. I've removed my noise cancelling microphone to give you a better idea of what the sound is. It automatically turns itself off after a little bit of inactivity. I can activate the blade again. I've put on 1.5. You are going to get a notification that is too low. I'm just testing it. As the blades come down, the noise changes. It's catching more grass. So this is 1.5. This is 1.2. This is the lowest you can go. Now we're back to 2.8. In the previous video, I mapped the yard, so I just enter here. I say start. These are the areas that I have. I have my lines, I have my areas just here. It's gonna cut this area. It activates the blade. You can say to recharge, you can end this. You can monitor this. So it's very convenient. I can just sit here and let this do the mowing. I can just have a tea or just sit and watch it, make sure it doesn't go anywhere. It shouldn't, because I have a map, and even my cats are not that scared of it. It's a funny thing, but it's not too loud. Here's the neat part: for each area I can set a mowing height. So this is the area that's here, that's doing it right now, and this is the area here. So if I go to this area and say I want it to be 1.8, for example, it will stop. It will adjust. I can change obstacle avoidance settings as well. I can customize it to what I want. For me, this works just fine. I can change turn setting, U-turn, zero turn, rotation angle. So all these are adjustable. I don't really play around with them. I just want this to mow the lawn, and it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to activate zero turn. So it does it like that. It's much faster. And I'm gonna go and change that to a smart turn. I like a smart turn better. I'm sitting here so it doesn't get close to me. It's safe. It even detected that obstacle. So if I go back to my yard, this was this area right here. This is my shed area. So if I do that, it will go there. So it will go all the way back there. So it's gonna go and target that area. Gotta do a smart turn. You know when it's adjusting its blade. That's it. So you just have to map your yard, define areas that you want it to work on, and then select it from your smartphone or tablet. Select the cutting height. You do have the option to use the controller and just walk around and do it like that if you want. I'm going to take this to the other side, which is a little bit of a slope. We'll see how it handles that. To remove this, again, you follow the same process. Just do it like that. So that goes out. You unlock this. You take it out. Do it like that, and it comes out. And then like that, remove it. So now I'm going to take this to the other side. So the blade is now active. detach the lawnmower module, I'm going to just say recharge. When you add a new area, you can change settings such as parallel, circle, slope. This area you can try to get this slope elevation. So I created this small area here. This is the big area. This is in front of my porch. So there are 3 areas. See, it's not perfect, but that's the shape of my yard. It's not exactly the standard one. You create a new one. You can create a pathway to your charging station. You can create a no-go zone, which I've done in the past, but I removed it. You can draw a no-go zone. I've covered in the previous video how I've done it. I wanted this area, little area here mapped, which I've done. That's the little area right here, and the robot is standing there. Drove the robot that area along the edges, and it automatically created that area. So next time if I want to target this area with the lawnmower, for example, I can do it. I can just select it. Here I can create a schedule or just an area for, this is the third area, tiny area, edit plan. Once I attach my lawnmower or a smart assist module, I can then use these different paths and put them on a schedule.
Person detected. This area is under surveillance. Ready to charge.
So it's charging. What's neat about this Yarbo lawnmower is that I can just control it with my tablet even if I'm not around it. Sitting at home right now, it's getting charged in my backyard. I can enter my yard. I have these areas. So this is the main area, which is, if I actually start, you can see this is the area around my shed. Put it on a schedule. So for example, if I want the robot to go and patrol that area, I can do that. I can create one. I want to go around my shed, so I'm going to select that plan. Just select the days that I want. So this plan is now going to be active. So now it's starting right on time. This is the one I did yesterday, and it was 1 point something, and this is now 2 inches. I have my cats sitting there, and they're not disturbed by it. It's not really loud, which is a big plus. It also has obstacle avoidance, so if I stand in front of it, it's not going to run me over. But it's better not to do it, not to get in its way. Sees that block right there, so it doesn't really get too close. As you can see, I can change the obstacle avoidance settings, but I think this is perfect. Now I have to remove this. This is something that is not supposed to be here. It's just a bunch of chairs that we've covered for winter time, but I left them there because I wanted this to be as challenging as possible for the robot. Remove my noise canceling microphone to give you guys the idea how loud or quiet this is actually. The sound is really a fraction of what I get from my self-throttle lawnmower. Those cats don't sit around when they have those lawnmowers on. But with this one, they don't really care. You can edit the area that you want to change. Just drive the robot to the area. So I'm going to do right here. I want to drive it to this area. Try to create a new area around here. Let's see if I can do it. I'm going to add a new area. Now I have this tiny area. Now I need to create a pathway. This is the pathway now. Now all of these allow you to change the cutting height if you have the lawnmower module. The new area that we covered. Let's see if that works. So it should come here. There's a narrow path that I've created here. It's the area that Toxic is sitting there. That's what I wanted to cut. Let's see. It's not as large area, Just wanted to show that you can create these two work areas and connect them with a pathway. The cat is not scared of it. As the robot maneuvers in the area, you can kind of see it in the map. See, it tries to stay in that very small area that I created for it, and the pathway is how they connected. Now it's going back to recharge. It's done with the area. Automatically goes back there. Any module, it doesn't care, it will maneuver and pull in and make sure that it's at the right spot to charge.
Ready to charge.
The neat thing about this robot is because of the connection, wireless connection, I can see what's happening in my backyard even when I'm not there. For example, here I can't see anything, I can't see my robot from here, but what I can do is I can activate the smart vision, and this way I can see where the robot is going even when I'm not around the robot. See, app controller connected, so I see that it's going close to that area. I want to go somewhere that I don't hit anything. I can see where my lawnmower is on the map. Just like the other module, I can define how it recharges. For example, if it's below 20%, it goes to recharge. I can change the turning mechanism. You can activate rollover and tilt detection depending on the area that you have, and that's a possibility. I've tried it in my backyard. Mowing in the rain can be enabled and disabled. I do have a geofencing area, and if it leaves it, I'm going to get an email. These are my areas. For area settings, I can select different options. For example, I can have different cutting height for each area. I can set target height. I can change the pattern. Now notice if I go here, for this one, this is 4 inches. Let's do it 3.7. So each area has different settings. Even obstacle avoidance can be different for each one. If the areas that you have are not connected with a path, you're going to be asked to draw a path. Now I've created the area. Let's see if I can send the robot to the tiny area. We'll see. So the robot is now going. I can monitor what it's doing on the map. I'm just going to go outside, make sure it doesn't do anything out of the ordinary. Going. This area is actually challenging. I just put it there, but it is going to avoid all these obstacles, so that's not going to be an issue. It's now in this area. I'm changing this to a diamond. Let's see how that's different. If you want to change your settings, just go to this area setting. Let's say I go here for this section. I change that to a spiral. I activate that, I save that, and then I can go and enter my yard, select the area, that's the area, and then go from there. I personally don't like using the controller. The app is more user friendly. I would say I'm more used to it, let's just say, because everything is clear and you have full control. But with this, you have your safety, you have your blade on and off, height adjustment, speed up and down, or control direction. You can turn the lights on and off. So I'm going to turn this on. I'll remove this just to show you guys how this works. So these lights now don't flash. Means if I hold the safety button, I can move this up and down.
Initializing blade disc.
So I'll just use this remote control, do the job. I use these buttons to control the height. So to move from the app to this, just hold this for 3 seconds.
Physical controller connected.
Just want to do a night test, see how well it does at night. I'm gonna go to my yard. I'm just going to start this area. I can see everything on the map. Another thing you can do, even at night, if you go here to your setting, you have your night vision. It's pretty dark outside, so it's not like we have a whole lot going on here. As far as lights, the lights are mostly turned off, but this thing has no problem. It has its own light, and there's also this view. So all the cameras are there. It's not that loud. It doesn't even scare the cats, so it should be fine. That's about it. This was the Yarbo Lawnmower module. I've already done the core module. Hopefully I'll get the trimmer module to do in the future. This was a basic test. I wanted to show the challenging area, the front. I also wanted to show you guys 2 areas that I created, and they're challenging for the robot to get around because I have too many obstacles around, but it handled it very well. When it's done, it goes back to recharge. You can put it on a schedule. Just create as many areas as you want and the path to them so the robot knows where to go, and the rest is easy. For more information, please go to gadgetify.com, also youtube.com/gadgetify. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. These guys were kind enough to send me this to test. I'm going to include the link in the description. Thanks for watching.